Well, carbohydrates are the complex food group with a seriously bad rep. They've been accused of causing everything from weight gain to feelings of sluggishness and even diabetes. But according to nutritionists, carbs aren't nearly as bad for you as you may think.
Oh, well, this is good news. With so many myths about the starchy foods flying around, how do we know which one to choose and which one to lose? And what's the best way to stay on track with your health goals?
To help us break it all down, we welcome dietitian Gemma O'Hanlon back to the morning show. Hello, Gemma.
Hello.
Okay, we need to get straight into it. You're a proper qualified dietitian. Went to did all the diplomas and courses and all of it. Right. Are carbs really bad for us?
No, they're not.
Right.
I mean, and think about it. Carbs are a big family, a macronutrient. There's so many foods that contain carbs.
I love this family.
You know, lollies are carbs, which are probably less healthy for us. Bananas are carbs, which are good for us. So we can't just label carbs as bad. It's not that simplistic. And carbs actually give us energy for our brain and our muscles to actually function at our best. So we actually need carbs to do what we do well.
Can we talk about which ones to choose and which ones to lose?
Absolutely.
I'm tipping we choose the lollies. Yeah.
Banana lollies, not good.
Well done.
Yeah.
Spot on. So a simple swap is to go for whole grain. So whenever you're thinking about your bread, your rice, your pasta, go for the whole grain version. So brown rice instead of white rice, whole grain or wholemeal bread instead of white bread, and wholemeal pasta instead of white pasta. That's a simple swap. It gives you more gut-loving fibre. It gives you that feeling of fullness, and it'll help you manage your blood sugar levels as well.
Portion control. We hear a lot about portion control. Is there an easy way to work out how much of carbs to have at each meal?
Yeah, so the healthy plate is really important. Of course, that balance. We can't just have a huge bowl of pasta and no veggies, right? So a good guide is a quarter of your plate to be those whole grain carbs, or even think about a fist. A fist is a good way to think about it. And then remember those veggies. 2 hands for veggies, and your lean protein should be about your palm of your hand. And
A fistful of pasta is not much.
No, and that's because we need all those other nutrients on the plate. We need the healthy proteins, healthy fats, and lots of veggies as well.
I guess you're lucky because you've got huge hands.
And you haven't.
That's right. So I'm going to eat with you.
My man hands.
You're going to
I really don't. They're just like a really nice, elegant size.
That's right. You are going to help us bust some unhealthy carb myths, right? The first one is that carbs will make you gain weight, and we hear that all of the time.
And it's simply not true. Again, it's not the carbs that matter, it's the dietary pattern that matters. And when we look at the healthiest diets around the world, like the Mediterranean diet, it is rich in whole grains and legumes.
Right.
These are carbs. Even a vegetarian diet, which is also very healthy, is full of carbs. So it's not the carbs that matters, it's the whole diet.
So not the carbs that matter. You might be having too many of them, so just cut back on them a bit.
And again, it's the type of carbs. So it's those whole grains we want to choose, and the more processed, the more they're going to just increase your sugar levels, and it's not going to be as good for your health.
What about when we eat them? We've often been told you shouldn't have carbs at dinner.
Again, that's kind of incorrect. By all means, start your day with a healthy breakfast. We need to fuel our bodies, and common sense would say don't have a huge dinner before you go to bed. But we need to actually have carbs throughout the day, eating regularly, and we do need some carbs at dinner. And one trap people fall into, they'll have a really light lunch with hardly any carbs in it. They might have a salad or something like that. They're starving at 4 p.m. and what are they craving? A chocolate bar, soft drink, something to give them that sugar hit, and that's going to even be worse for your health.
So that's bad for you, is it?
Yes.
That's a no?
I'm watching
What about a jacket potato for dinner? Is that bad?
Yeah, no, that's good because a jacket potato's got all that fibre, the skin's on, and it'll fill you up. It's one of the most satiating foods.
Mashed potato?
Mashed potato is still a good option. I mean, but sometimes, and again, think of that fist size.
Just remember quantity with those hands of yours, yeah? But finally, some people believe that carbs can cause diabetes. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so diabetes is a very complex condition. Food and nutrition is one risk factor in many, risk factors. I would say if you're looking to prevent diabetes or manage diabetes well, go for these whole grains again. They've actually been demonstrated through research to reduce your risk of diabetes and heart disease and even some cancers. The other thing, if there's any carbs to actually reduce in your diet to manage conditions, it's the junk food carbs. So your cakes, your biscuits, your sweets, your pastries, those are the ones to eat
Glad
less
you
of.
told us that because it's been very unclear.
Just quickly, we're just out of time, but is there such a thing as fake brown rice? Because there's brown rice and then there's brown jasmine rice.
Yeah, look, the brown rice is still the whole grain.
If it says brown,
that's
it's
right.
okay?
It's whole grain,
Great.
so go for that.
Good.
Next time you come in, can you bring in like the good? This is the bad, the good. Can we bring in the bad just to demonstrate to our audience,
I'll
like
do my
cakes and
best.
chocolates here, so we can actually see?
It's important because we're visual people.
I'll try
Thank
my
you.
best.
Also very hungry and there's nothing to eat now. Just ahead, Astro Tash is live in the studio with her complete guide to the zodiac for you.